Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's edition of Slade, the Buffyverse Revisited. I'm one of your hosts. I'm Jeremy.
I'm your other host, Jamesathy.
And Jamesathy, this week we are going to be wet dreaming our way into Season 2, Episode 3, First Impressions.
That's such a valid description.
Yes, it is.
I'm gonna say that the without giving any spoilers, the first part of the Darla resurrection storyline of season 2, I do not care for.
No?
Yeah, like all this like coming to Angel in his dreams and all that, like
coming to Angel in his dreams.
I really don't care for I really feel like they should have hit the ground running with where they take it for in the rest of the season.
Yeah. Well, I think history has shown us that they're not very good at planning ahead. So, a lot of times they get a home run, but it's like a really weird home run where like the ball kind of just bounces against the wall and then the outfielder falls down and then another outfielder picks it up and throws it, but throws it backwards. It's a mess, you know.
I don't even know if it's a lack of like planning ahead. I just think it's kind of something that Highlander had an issue with it. I think writers tend to think people want more sex in their shows than what maybe people necessarily do.
Yeah, and I'm like, every time I see that, I'm like, there's no sex in your violence. And I don't understand.
But no, I think am I making sense? Like with that, like
yeah, they really back in those days, 90s and early 2000s, they always tried to shoehorn in the sex because, like, TV had not gotten nearly as ballsy and wild as it is now, where they can just drop F-bombs and shit, and you know, and so they tried to like really push the limits. And nowadays it's more like, well, no one cares about that. Let's just murder a bunch of people.
right.
You know,
no, this run of episodes where like Darla is coming to Angel, you know, like in his dreams and whatnot. Like I don't care for it. Like I really like the Darla storyline once it picks up, like several episodes from now with, you know, Angel discovering that she's alive and, you know, kind of
she's alive.
Right. So I don't.
Yeah, I don't hate it, but it's very boring. It's like, okay, how long can this go on before he's like, no, wait a minute. Listen, I'm dreaming about this bitch every fucking night. I'm not sleeping. I'm sleeping 15 hours a day and not feeling rested. I live in this world of black magics and craziness. I better look into this and see what the fuck's going on.
Right.
You know, but he's just like, no, I will just have wet dream after wet dream until I have nothing left to give. I guess that's his thinking.
That is, yeah. Who knows? Anyway, how you doing? How are you, Jeremy Thew? It's been so long since we have seen each other.
It has been, it's crazy to me that it's been 14 years since we've seen each other.
The fact that 28 years have elapsed since the last time we laid eyes upon one another is just astounding.
It's hard to believe that seemingly it was just yesterday that we recorded. However, realistically, we haven't seen each other in 76 years.
Right, right. It is. Can you? I don't even know if the audience would believe that it has been 152 years since the last time they heard an episode of this show.
Yeah, I mean, I can't even wrap my head around the fact that it's been 334 years just since I've seen you.
Right. The fact that the fact that 512 and 3/4 years has passed.
It's mind blowing, James. It's mind blowing. But no, I'm good. I'm well. I'm here. Just a heads up, not for you because you know, but for the audience, there are some hellacious storms creeping into my area at the moment. So hopefully, they don't get too severe and knock out the power. Otherwise, we will. I guess I'll just have to kill myself.
Well, that seems extreme.
Does it? Is it?
It seems a little extreme. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'll keep that in mind.
I'm just just putting it out there. It seems a little extreme.
Okay. Well, hopefully our show doesn't get interrupted. Let's just go with that.
That's a better outcome.
Well, how the hell are you? How's it going? And yeah, tell us about your surgically implanted horn.
It's a little sore today because I accidentally sat in a chair that hadn't been accommodated for the horn, and that just didn't feel good. It didn't feel good.
Yeah. It's also odd that they tied it into as many nerve endings as they could.
Yes.
To make it extra painful when something happened.
Right. I mean, at first I was just kind of impressed that they were willing to do it.
Right.
But then the fact that they tied it into so many nerve endings.
Yeah.
Just,
I mean, listen, it wasn't surprising to me. I mean, there are plastic surgeons, after all, who did multiple procedures on Joan Rivers, who should have taken one look at her and been like, bitch, I ain't putting you under the knife. You barely have any flesh left. And yet they still did it. So that didn't surprise me, but the fact that they went the extra mile to make your life miserable seems strange to me.
Yeah. It almost feels personal, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, it's almost like they had a vendetta for you. And wow. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like I've lived a pretty good life, haven't made any enemies, but apparently that's not the case.
Apparently you have, my friend.
Yeah, apparently that is not the case. So
it's one of those deals where you don't even know that you made an enemy because it happened like 16 years ago and you have no memory of it. It was just like this dude that you like passed at a Starbucks or something. and like
he was like, hey, good morning. And I just didn't say anything back to him. And
right.
He was like,
and he has not forgot. He has thought about it every day
for
the last 16 years and finally figured out when you showed up in his office one day asking about a horn. And he was like, oh, fuck yeah, we'll put a horn on you. Yeah.
He was like, finally, my thirst for vengeance will be quenched.
And it has presented itself to me on a silver platter.
Right.
So, yeah, there you go.
Just so weird. Really, the lesson here is make sure you smile at everybody you meet.
I was going to say the lessons.
Your life.
I was going to say the lessons probably really do some research on your doctors before you let them go cutting on you. You know, should really look into their backgrounds.
That's fair.
But anyway, James, we have a new segment on the show. We've done it quite a bit, but we're going to call it Into the Weeds with James and Jeremy.
We do call it Into the Weeds.
A lot of our regular listeners will be used to this by now. We try to do a little chit-chatting before we get into the heart of the matter. So
we used to never named it before. We named it last season finally. Right.
So I think for this week's Into the Weeds segment,
Yes.
I have a question I'm going to pose,
Sure.
and we'll just see what happens.
Okay.
Okay, you let's see. We'll put it like this: you somehow discover a working time machine.
Mm-hmm.
Here are
Kill
two.
baby Hitler.
Oh, wow! He goes straight to murder, ladies and gentlemen. Just straight to murder, and it's a baby.
But it's baby Hitler.
Yeah. Deep. Um.
Now, what are your scenarios that you wish to present?
A. Would you go into the past or into the future? And B. Where exactly in the past or the future would you go? Assuming you could only go to one or the other and then back.
Hmm. And
What do
that's
you do?
all I get. And that's all I
Yeah,
get.
you,
Just
you
like
get one round trip and then it implodes.
it's like the daily wear disposable of time machines.
Yes, it's like this
Okay.
time machine will self destruct after one round
Okay.
trip.
Um, I would like to go back to when the ancient pyramids were built. Because I would like to know definitively that
How many
they were
aliens it took to do that?
built by ancient aliens. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Now, knowing that disease and shit is rampant then,
Hmm.
and that your modern day immune system might not be able to handle something from back then, you're still
Yeah.
you're
I mean,
there.
because I'm not going to be there long. I'm just going to pop in, be like, oh, look at those aliens building the pyramids, and then take off.
Okay. All right. Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
Or alternatively, I find my mortal nemesis. I go back to the time of the bubonic plague,
hmm
and I leave them there.
wow. I thought you were going to say, and this time I say hello to him.
This time, that would have been a good callback to what we were
That's where I
talking
thought
about
you were
before.
going.
But no, I completely missed that opportunity.
Yes, you
Um,
did.
yeah, no, I would genuinely, I would want to. I think, barring the obvious, like, would you go back and stop Hitler type stuff? Um, uh, I would want to go back to when the pyramids were built to see just exactly how it was done, because we don't really know. Like, there's all kinds of workable theories out there about how it was done, but we just don't really know. And I would like to know, because that's a huge undertaking for a civilization, back then. So yeah.
Okay. Well, let's pivot a little bit.
Sure.
Um, let's say the government came to you and said, "We have this time machine. We can send you back to this one specific time, and then you'll come back. But that's all we can do. We're going to send you back to Hitler's childhood when he is a baby,
Mhm.
and you need to not just kill the baby. You have to strangle it with your bare hands."
Wow.
And they're
Wow.
like, "It has to be done that way." And you're like, "Why?" And they're like, "Listen, it's a time thing. This is how it has to be." And you're like,
Yeah.
"Fuck,
God
can you do
damn.
it, James?"
Probably not. Probably
No,
not.
no.
No. Would you be able to?
I'm not a fan of kids, and I'm less of a fan of Hitler. Um,
Oh, well, see, there's the problem. I'm a big Hitler fan.
that's why you just couldn't do it.
I just couldn't do it. No,
Um,
go ahead.
I just don't think I could And even knowing that, well, this is fucking Hitler.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even knowing that, it's like, but it's a baby. Like,
Right. Yeah.
I can't just put a little drop of poison in its bottle and it'll just peacefully pass away. Like, I have to strangle this little fucker.
Right. Like
You know?
I have to shake the baby. Like,
And what if he fights back? And what if he's winning?
right. What if this baby whoops my ass?
How do I come back and be like, listen, I lost? And they're like, to who? And I'm like, the baby.
Right. Right. Like, what if I come back and not only did I not kill baby Hitler, but because I did, what if I've made things worse somehow?
Yeah, made him even more evil.
Right. Like, what if I come back and not only did Hitler like enslave and murder Jews, but also every 45-year-old Irish Italian white guy with a gray beard.
Yep.
Like, and then I have to explain to the government that I got my ass beat by baby Hitler.
By a baby. Yeah.
Right. No, it's too
How
much
do you even
pressure,
start
man.
that conversation?
Right. They're like,
Listen, you guys didn't tell me that he was a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
right, at 6 months.
Right. He had me tapping in 15 seconds.
Or worse yet, what if I go back and baby Hitler proves to be so charismatic that I come back a Nazi?
Yeah, and you bring Nazism back to modern day America.
Right. Like, there's too much of a risk, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, in all seriousness, I really don't think I could kill a baby. I just don't.
I think, like, taking it seriously, like, if that was the presentation I was given, I would be like, can
you
like,
get someone else?
Well, like, do we really have to kill baby Hitler? Can't we maybe go back to when he was in school and I can convince his art teacher to give him an A? Like, I don't know. Like, what are we doing? Like, why
could I just rough him up a little bit?
Right.
You know,
like,
maybe break an arm. Maybe I could do that. I don't know, but
right.
Like, choke him out like a baby? Like,
right. Yeah, no, I don't. Even knowing what we know, I just don't think I could be like, I don't care, it's baby Hitler, and then just strangle the baby.
Yeah, because I mean, I'm trying to think of is there anyone in the history, at least modern man's history, can you think of anyone more evil than Hitler? That's why I used Hitler as an example.
No.
I can only think of one, and he's orange.
I think I'm not discounting that, but I do think that, what's the best way to put this? I think there are people that have the capacity to reach that level of evil if given the opportunity, and that definitely includes a large majority of the current United States administration
and citizens.
Well, I don't.
So are you saying you hate the South, James?
No, I'm not saying I hate the South. I don't. I think even though people hate, I don't know that your typical racist, American has the capacity to become truly evil at the level of Hitler. Does that make sense? Like,
it makes sense. I don't know that I agree with that, but yes, it makes sense.
But I think there are people that do. Off the top, I definitely think that if given the opportunity, Donald Trump could do that. But at I don't want to say the flip side, but at the same time, I think a big portion of that would be spearheaded by Stephen Miller.
I was going to say, um,
So I don't like it's. I do think there are people that have the capacity to truly reach that level of evil. I don't know that it's your average, racist American, as opposed to someone like Stephen Miller, who is in an actual position of power.
okay.
Um,
Okay.
so that's my take on it, because I think there's when you have that much, because I think someone like Hitler or Stephen Miller, I think it just goes beyond hate. I think it is truly, you have evil in your heart.
And general, not always, but generally a micro penis.
And probably a very tiny dick.
Yeah.
So I don't and I don't know that I know this sounds weird to say, but I don't know that your average racist American has true evil in them. I think they're hateful, and I think they're scum, but I don't know that they have that kind of evil in them. Whereas I do think Stephen Miller has that in him. I think Donald Trump has that in him. So,
I don't think you're wrong.
um, so that's my take on it. What about you, Jeremy? What would you, if you could go, we'll go back to the original question. If you had a one-use time machine, your options were to go back to a point in the past or go to the future. Where would you go? What would you do?
I gave this thought ahead of time, I'll be honest,
Hmm.
since it was my topic. I'm going back to November 22nd, 1963,
Okay. Okay.
to a little place down south called Dallas, Texas.
Okay. I know where this is going. Yes.
More specifically to a little burg, a little area in called Dealey Plaza.
Hmm. Would you be focusing particularly on a book depository by any chance?
Well, yes, I would.
Huh. Interesting.
Yes, a Texas school book depository building.
Huh.
No, I think I've told you this before of how fascinated I am by the JFK assassination, how much
Mhm.
research I've done, how many books I've read, how many documentaries I've watched from every possible known angle. The only thing I know for sure, beyond a shadow of a fucking doubt, is that Lee Harvey Oswald was not a lone assassin or a lone nut.
Mhm.
Period. There was 1,000,000% a conspiracy.
Mhm.
Um, I've still not come to the conclusion of exactly who I think was involved, who knew, and who actually took part. That I don't know. I just know that Lee Harvey Oswald did not fire 6 shots from a fucking 50s, I think it was, Italian Carcano rifle, from what was it, the 6th floor of the school book depository building in
Mhm.
like whatever it was, 5, 7, 6 seconds, whatever. I just know that that is simply not happening. It has been they have tried to recreate that so many times. I'm talking with Navy SEAL snipers, gun experts, gun Jesuses, and they can't recreate it. So I know that beyond a shadow of a doubt. However, I would like to know if I could go back there. I wouldn't get all my questions answered, but the one thing I would do is I would hide out in that school book depository building, and I would answer the question for myself once and for all: was Lee Harvey Oswald firing shots from that window? Was
Mhm.
he, in fact, involved to that level? Because I'm 50-50 on that. Was he even involved in the shooting? or was he 100% a
A
patsy
patsy.
that they placed in that building knowing what they were going to do and how it would work out for them? Or what did he think he was part of it, and
And
took his
ended up
shots,
being ended up being a fall guy.
but ended up just being the fall guy?
So just to clarify, you wouldn't try and stop the assassination of John F. Kennedy.
No, because it's, the whole ripple effect. It's who the fuck knows what I would, I could come back and then who knows? Everybody now has horns out of their nose or something because of, you know what I'm saying? It's the butterfly, the grasshopper
Yeah.
effect, step on a blade of grass and
Well, and that kind of and that kind of throws back to the question that inevitably gets asked in these kind of things. Would you go back and kill Hitler? And it's like, well, yeah, that sounds great in theory, but what are you doing to time and history if you do something like that? You don't know what could, like, here's the thing. Hitler came to power at a time in Germany's history when Germans were ripe for that kind of thing. Like every country goes through that sort of thing at some point. America is experiencing that right now. So the idea of going back in time and killing Hitler really, to me, only raises the question of, well, if you do that, then does somebody even worse come to power?
yeah.
You,
Or
you know,
it could be a ripple effect that doesn't happen for another 100 years.
right.
So, I wouldn't I wouldn't interject myself in any way of fucking with anything, but so it would just be a curiosity mission for me.
Yeah, yeah. Same. Like any time travel I would be able to do would be strictly like reconnaissance, so to speak. I wouldn't
Right.
I wouldn't try and stop anything because again, you just don't know what you know what the effects of that are going to be.
Would you sneak a cell phone so that you could snap a couple of photos, maybe a selfie?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
How else am I
Fair
going to
enough.
prove that aliens built the pyramids?
True. True.
No, no one's going to take my word for it.
Well,
I
of
got to
course,
show.
everybody would be like, "Oh, that's AI."
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So I
But
don't know.
yeah, yeah. I, the idea of time travel is a fascinating.
Mm.
B, I feel like should it ever come to fruition, that it should solely be used for scholarly purposes. Like,
Yeah.
don't go back trying to change things. You're
What about this? Okay, let me put a possibility there. Let's say they're like, okay, Helen of Troy was supposed to be, you know, the most beautiful woman in the world. They're like, we'll send you back there into her bedroom so you can crank one off while you're looking at her. You won't hurt the timeline. So would you, in
no,
fact, go, no?
no,
No?
no, no,
No?
no,
Okay, okay. What if it was David Boreanaz?
no, no.
Okay, James. I think we've done our time in the weeds this week,
All right, all right.
and we'll see what happens for next week's edition of Into the Weeds with James and Jeremy.
You're welcome, folks.
You're welcome. In the meantime, or I shouldn't say in the meantime, but to follow that up,
Yes,
why don't you make us some rotisserie dates and deeds?
Sure thing. As previously stated, we will be wet dreaming our way into the third episode of the second season of Angel, the 25th episode of the series overall, First Impressions. Our credited writer is Sean Ryan, and our credited director is James A. Contner. Our original broadcast air date was October 10th, 2000 on the now defunct WB network. Our Nielsen rating for this episode, 3.2, ranking it 84 out of the 124 primetime shows airing on network television that week, and number 6 out of the 17 primetime shows airing on the WB that week. My synopsis this week reads... Oh, wait, no. I need to do the cast, don't I? Oh my God. Our regular cast, as always, includes David Boreanaz as Angel, Charisma Carpenter as Cordelia, Alexis Denisov as Wesley, and J. August Richards as Gunn. Our guest stars this week include David Herman as David Nabbit, Andy Hallett as the host, Chris Babbers as Jamil, Cedric Terrell as Henry, Julie Benz as Darla, Edwin Hodge as Keenan, Lucas Babin as Joey, Alan Shaw as Devek, Angel Parker as Veronica, Ray Campbell as Desmond, and Janet Song as Dr. Thomas. My synopsis this week reads... Cordelia becomes Gunn's guardian angel after she has a troubling vision, and a seductive Darla insinuates herself into Angel's dreams.
Oh my.
My.
Mine reads, Angel encounters an amorous Darla in his dreams. Cordelia vows to protect Gunn after she experiences a vision of him in mortal danger.
Okay.
Mortal Kombat!
Oh. Get over here!
Get over here!
So we open with Angel and the host at Caritas, and apparently Angel has just gotten done singing a duodly, as the host refers to it, of Tears of a Clown and what was the other one? Do you remember what the other one was, Jeremy?
No, I don't.
Damn, it was Tears of a Clown and I don't remember the other one. Another
I think it was It's Raining Men.
No, it was another song with clown in the title. Damn it, I don't remember. They have a brief conversation about that, and the host is like, now tell the truth, you've been practicing, haven't you? And Angel's like, yeah, a little bit. And the host is like, I bet it not in front of a mirror, I'm betting. And Angel's like, in the shower. And the host is like, it shows, like, you really bared your soul. And the host tells him that he's coming to a bend in the road, and he needs to figure out which direction he's going. He tells Angel that his heart might not beat, but he still has one and it can break. And Angel gets down off the stage, and he's walking through the crowd at Caritas, and he encounters Darla, and they start to dance as the host sings. And they also have a brief little conversation. And then they kiss, and Angel wakes up, clearly out of sorts and shaken by his dream. And that is our cold open. Violin wail, roll credits.
And then she kissed me. So we cut to what appears to be the same day, downstairs at the Hyperion. And Cordelia's bitching because she's dusting, and she's like, this dust is like grandfather dust. This dust has children, and blah, blah, blah. And Wesley's like, well, we could just move the office back to your place. And she's like, I'm dusting. At which point Gunn arrives. And he's like, yo, 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 where's Angel? And they're like, oh, he's asleep. And he's like, what do you mean asleep? It's, what is it, 3:30 in the afternoon? I've been up since dawn. And Cordelia says what I was about to say, which is, he is a vampire, you know? What's the big shocker? He's like, oh, he's supposed to help me at 4 o'clock. We got to go meet this snitch, basically, because Gunn's looking for this demon named Divac, who is apparently big, nasty, badass demon, and has put a couple of his Gunn's guys in the hospital. So Angel's supposed to back him up in meeting this snitch to find out where Divac is. When David Nabbit shows up from last season, the billionaire nerdy guy.
Yep.
He's got his little purple cape on. And did you recognize his sword, James?
No, actually, I wasn't paying much attention. What was it? Excalibur?
It was not Excalibur. It in fact was the Deltin / MRL model called the Gothic. I think they called it the Gothic Hand and a Half, or the Gothic Bastard Sword. I can't remember. It's the sword that Richie receives in season 5 when his shitty rapier is destroyed. The previous owner of which was Graham Ash. But it's the exact same sword. It's literally he actually went and killed Richie.
He went and killed Richie.
He hopped universes and he went and killed Richie.
Killed Richie and got the sword. Okay.
Stole his sword, yeah. Yep.
Hey, wait a minute. Is that how the Mora demon in season 1 got Duncan's Dragonhead katana? He stopped universes and killed Duncan?
No, he couldn't kill Duncan. He just had to sneak in and steal it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So Duncan had to use a butter knife the rest of his life.
That would actually explain why Duncan's using those
fucking sticks.
In the source he's using the fucking
the butterflies.
The butterflies, yeah.
Yeah. Fucking so stupid. Almost as stupid as using sticks in the first half of season 6. Anyway, we'll get there, folks. So they're like, he's like, so what are we doing? Are we gonna kill a demon? And they're like, we called you 2 days ago. And he's like, oh, I was in Kuala Lumpur. And I would have still been like, yeah, but have you ever heard of a phone?
Right.
Like, you couldn't just call us. You're like, listen, guys, I got to fly back to L.A. I'm needed.
Right, like, you could just pick up the fucking phone, dude.
Yeah, you could have just answered the phone or here, called us back.
Right.
Just saying. So he's there. Angel finally rouses from his wet dreams, and he comes down, and David's like, oh, Angel, blah, 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 blah. What's up? What do you need? What do you need? What do you need? What do you need, bruh? And Angel's like,
what do you need, bruh?
Angel's like, financial advice. And he's like, oh. And
he's like disappointed. He's like, oh.
He's like, if you'd have just called, you wouldn't have had to leave where you were.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, is this financial advice involving the stolen, ill-gotten money? Like, he needs, in other words, he's like, how do I launder this satchel of money? But he tells him about the hotel, and he gives him ideas. And, of course, that turns Cordelia on because she still is a money-grubbing hooer. Deep down. So the whole team head off to meet up with this Jamil guy who's the snitch. They get to this kind of, it's like a parking garage, but it's like indoors. I don't know. It's weird. It's a weird space. They go in there and there's no one there that they see, and then Jamil peeks his head out and they're like, oh, there he is, and they toss him some money and they're like, all right, spill your guts, and he's like, no way, bro. There's people watching me and I changed my mind. DVAC he'll get me, fellas. And and then Gunn just goes, he's just like, all right, well, I'm going to beat you.
Yeah.
And he does. He just starts beating the shit out of him. And Angel's like, yo, that's my job, okay? And
like, listen, only I am allowed to beat people up.
Right. I'm the vampire, okay? So they beat on him for a while, or I should say Gunn does, and then Angel stops him and he's like, look, you can't beat the guy. There are witnesses. Hello. Never done a murder before? Jeez.
Right, he's like, listen, you can't beat him. There are witnesses. And then he murders Wesley and Cordelia.
He's like, there. Now those two fucking weights around my neck are gone.
Now
let's get back to some murdering.
Now we can beat this guy.
Yeah. So anyway, some vamps show up mid beating, and he's like, see, I told you I'm being watched. And so a big fracas breaks out, James. A large fracas.
Just a fracas the size of... You've never seen a fracas like this.
No, it was a fracas of immense proportions. There were three vampires, three grown men, and a woman. And apparently this fight lasted forever because once it was done, Angel Investigations, they're all okay and alive, but they're all sitting down against a car. They've all got something hurting. Wesley's thrown his back out. Gunn's ribs are fucked up. Angel couldn't feel his arm. And I'm like, and they all kind of, they kind of give Angel shit. They're like, whoa, I've never seen, you take so long just to take a vampire. And I'm like, hello, bitch boy, you're sitting there with a fucking thrown out back. Like, what are we doing here? And, so they all get up and fuck off. And Gunn is like, well, I'm going to go out and find Jamil and beat him some more. And they're okay with that. Whereas Angel was stepping in before, now he's just like, well, whatever. Can't save them all. I need to go home and go to bed. And they're like, you've been up for 3 hours. And he's like, I know. Long day, huh? So Cordy drops him off, and he's like, you can take the car. And she's like, I've
got Angel Sweet Ride. I've got Angel Sweet Ride.
Ooh, I've got Angel Sweet Ride. So she drops him off, and he's like, I'm going to bed. And that's when she's like, you've not even been up. Like, it's only been 34 minutes since you got up.
Right.
And he's like, I know, long day.
Right. He's like, yeah, it's been an hour and a half that I've been awake.
I know. And she's sitting there in his car, and she's like, all right, I'm going to go, but just so you know, you've only been up for 4 hours.
Right. And he looks at his watch, and he's like, I am well aware that I've been awake for 7 hours.
And then she's like, she puts the car in gear, and she's like, fine. It's only been fucking 13 and a quarter hours, but go to bed.
Right. And like, as she's pulling away, and he yells after, he's like, I know I've only been awake for 13 hours. I'm going to bed.
You went backwards.
Did I? What did you say?
I said 13 and a quarter.
Oh.
Joke fail. So she leaves, and he goes back up to bed. Then we cut to Cordy's sweet little... I still think it's a cool apartment. I think we talked about that last season.
Cordy's apartment?
Yeah.
Especially
because she has a ghost who will do stuff for her.
Yeah.
Cause she's like, walking through. She's changed into like her jammies, and she's walking through the house, and she's like, damn, it's like a meat locker in here. She's like, Dennis, did you turn the thermostat down again? And we see the thermostat, and it's at like 48.
Yeah.
And then he moves it up to like 78. And I'm like, okay, there's a middle ground here. It's not
Right.
48 and it's not 78. Could we just go maybe around 68? But anyway, and then she sits down to read a book, and I'm like, Cordy, is that really something Cordy's doing? Yeah, I think she's watching TV or talking on the phone or something. I don't know. Cordy sitting quietly reading a book doesn't the math isn't mathing there. And then she gets a vision, and we see flashes of what she's seeing, which is Gunn. Apparently, I mean, you don't get specific shit, but it looks like he's in a fracas. Yet another fracas. That's right.
Another fracas. These fracases just keep coming out of nowhere, quite frankly.
And they just break out, and it's crazy. So he's in some stuff, and she's like, oh my God. So she tries to call Angel, who is laying in his bed right next to his nightstand where his phone is, that's ringing obnoxiously, but he won't wake up. Because we go inside of his brain and we see that he's at a beach at night.
No. They're in the courtyard of the Hyperion.
Oh, okay. But they're dressed like they're at the beach.
Yes, they are moonbathing.
They're moonbathing. Okay. And he's like, "What's that sound?" And Darla's like, "Oh, just ignore it." And then she puts ice on his stomach, and then, well, let's be honest. She gives him an ice hand job. And he's like, "Okay, cool." And so he doesn't wake up.
Cool.
Yeah, woo, that's really tingly. I may
cold.
have frostbite on my urethra. So then she tries to call Wesley, who also does not answer. So she leaves a message saying basically, listen, fucking Gunn's and some shit. I had a vision. You two were fucking worthless. You have literal cell phones, and I still can't get a hold of you. I want both of you to understand that you should hurt yourselves. But before that, you need to... I'm heading to Gunn's joint, which I don't know why she...
knows where Gunn lives.
Maybe her vision told her he's at his place. I don't know, but she decides she's going to Gunn's. Yeah, like, how does that even work? I don't know. So she's just about to leave, and she's like, wait, I need a weapon. And I was like, oh, God, what's she going to pull out? Like, it's not even going to be a real weapon. It's going to be something ridiculous. But no, she opens her closet, and she's got a nice little hand axe there, a little medieval... no such thing really existed in actual medieval times, but we'll give them the benefit of the doubt. She got a little double-headed axe. And I was like, all right, bravo, Cordy. All right. So she heads out. So she gets to this place. I have no idea how to explain it. It's just this place. And it has a door. And she goes into this door, and then there's like all these hallways. And then she gets to this room that says, I think it said janitorial supplies on it or something like that. The door did.
Laundry something or other.
Oh, okay, laundry. Okay. And she's hearing like grunting and groaning, and Gunn's like, take it out, it's too big. And then she's like, whoa, okay, I'm going home. Now I know what the vision was about. No, so she peeks in the glass, and she sees him fighting a guy with, like, mop handles.
Yeah.
And so she goes rushing in, and buries this axe in this dude's fucking skull. This guy is fucking dead, James. Can we agree on that?
Yes, because it's not like she came in, because it's a double-sided axe, as you pointed out, and it's not like she came in and like conked him on the back of the head with like the
flat side.
The flat side, like the handle that in between the two axe heads. She swipes at him and gets him in the back. Like, if he's not dead, he's at the very least fucking scalped.
Oh, he's at least a vegetable now. I mean, he has to have breathing assistance the rest of his life.
Well, I don't know if Cordy's that strong.
Oh, okay. All right, I get okay. But she did some fucking damage.
Oh yeah, that's why I said at the very least he is scalped.
Yeah, because we cut forward a little bit, and because he's like, "What are you doing?" You know this, and people laugh at her, and she realizes it's him and his crew, and they're just sparring. So then we cut to her bandaging. The guy's name was Joey. Yeah. So she's bandaging him up very poorly, I might add. And he's like, "Dude, I think she cracked my skull." Yeah. And I'm like, "You should really go to the ER. Like, that is an injury that could cost you your life." If she actually did crack your skull, like, that's what Bob Saget died from, you know. But I guess he's just going to wing it. So Gunn's being a total dick, and he's like, "I want you out of here." And she's like, "No, I've got a vision about you, and you're going to be in mortal danger, and I'm going to be here to protect you," and blah, blah, blah. And meanwhile, you know, he's walking her out through these hallways or whatever. And they get outside where she had parked Angel's car. I'm sorry, and Angel's car is gone.
It is. I'm going to interrupt you real quick. I realize that we're far past it, but it's been bothering me, so I just looked it up, and the songs that Angel was supposed to have sung at the beginning of this episode are "Send in the Clowns" and "Tears of a Clown."
Oh,
so
okay.
It was bothering me, so I had to look it up.
Fair enough. I have OCD like that on certain things. So yeah, and he's like, "Where's your car?" At which point we cut to the Hyperion, and Wesley has awakened Angel, and they're standing outside, and Wesley's like, "Where's your car?"
Yeah.
So no one has a car. And I think that's when we would have gone to what would have been a commercial break. We come back, and they are, and I'm glad they did this, because as soon as they did that, and he's like, "Where's your car?" I was thinking, wait a minute, Wesley has a motorcycle. That's how he showed up at last season and everything. He's got a motorcycle. Well, thankfully, he still does. And so he's getting on the motorcycle, getting ready to put his helmet on, and Angel doesn't want to wear the pink helmet.
He does.
Because it's super gay, Wesley.
It's funny, though, because Angel starts out it starts out serious. He's like, there's visibility issues, and he like raises and lowers the visor, and he's like, not to mention the hat head, and he's like, also, why do I have to wear the girl helmet?
Yeah. So they get on and they take off onto Wesley's motorcycle.
Angel puts it on, and Wesley smirks, and he's like, if he says something about it, if it looks good or it fits well, then he's like, "Hop on, gorgeous."
Yeah. And then Angel's like, "You'll pay for this."
Yeah.
And while Angel's riding behind him, he gives him a hand job.
Wow.
You got to pay the toll of the road. It's well known. Ass, gas, or cash.
Oh, okay.
God. Oh. Um. So sorry. So they're driving. Cordy and Gunn are driving in his beat up truck now, and she's like, "Fucking Angel's gonna kill me when he finds out that somebody stole his car." Blah blah blah. And Gunn's like, "Well, I'll find the fucking car." And she's like, "Why are you gonna do that?" And he's like, "Hello, it's called plot armor." And she's like, "Oh, okay,
Oh,
sweet."
okay. Okay. She's like, "Oh, you mean the same way I survived 3 seasons of Buffy and now 1 season of Angel?" Okay. Yeah, I
Having
got
no
it.
skills whatsoever. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, no, he's like, I know a couple of or he's like, I know the people who steal cars in this area,
Right.
and so yeah, I'll find. There's only a couple, or he said there's only a couple that do vintage cars. So they they go to a guy named Desmond who has a car lot, which apparently he just has stolen cars on his car lot.
Yes.
And I'm like, I don't think that would work out long term. Um, but anyway, so they have a confrontation, and he's like, "Well, it wasn't me, and it must have been." I've already forgot the other guy's name. He's like, "It must have been blah 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 because it wasn't me." And he's like, "There's a big party at the thing, and a blah blah blah. If you go there, that's where he's at, and yada yada." And then he and Gunn have a little confrontation where Gunn's like,
No, they he tells them where to find Desmond. This guy is Henry.
"Oh, okay, yeah." He's like, "It must have been Desmond because it wasn't me."
Yeah.
He's at that party, blah blah blah. And then they have a little confrontation where Gunn's like, "Hey, these cars look like neighborhood cars." And he's like, "So?" And then he's like, "Listen, I've already said I don't care if you steal, Bentleys from Brentwood, but leave the neighborhood cars alone." And he's like, "No, poop face."
Yeah.
And, and so anyway, they leave, and as soon as they
And
do,
me and like during this entire conversation, this Henry dude is like giving Cordelia like these weird just
yeah, he's like winking at her and going shit
yeah,
like that. I'm like,
I was like, oh, why? This is uncomfortable. Like I don't.
yeah,
And you know what the funny part is? Like that is
I know,
something.
because she's going
No,
back at him.
no,
It's like, this is so weird.
no. The uncomfortableness of it is something that has come with age because I don't remember being uncomfortable with it 26 years ago when I watched it.
No,
But
because
now,
you're 26 years ago, you're in a 20-something-year-old mind, and you're thinking, oh, yeah, Cordy is very attractive, so yeah, I'd probably be. But it's like, would I? Even then, I don't think I'd be going.
right, like it's just
And like,
so it's cringe inducing. It's wow, wow. It gives me the ick now. I'm just like, what? Oh, what is?
uh, no, no, no. Okay,
No,
okay.
that's
Fair enough. But this guy is very creepy. Yes, that's basically the
yeah,
shit he's doing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, no, it just watching it now. It just kind of just I'm just like, oh, why
Oh,
this?
there's a
Why is
lot
he?
of shit that comes up in
Oh
these
yeah,
shows that when we watch now, we're like, oh boy, that wasn't necessary.
yeah,
You know,
100%.
26 years ago, what are you gonna do? Da, 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 da. So they go off to this. They show up at this house party, and he's like, "Listen, just stay close to me. Shut the fuck up." And stay close to me. And she's like, "Bitch, I'll have you know I am Cordelia. And I know how to party and how to blend in." And then they get inside, and it's a house party of African Americans. And I don't, at least I didn't see anybody, like any white people or anything. And she's like, "Oh," and She's like, well, okay, maybe I can't blend in. And I was like, oh, that's such a clever joke.
Did
Um,
this okay, like I I will be the first to admit that I have had a very limited number of black friends over the years.
what?
And I never have I been invited to a party uh, or any like and I can't say this with any confidence because I've never been to what this is supposed to be, a quote unquote black party. But to me, it just screams like every white script writer writing for black people type thing.
Well, I've been to lots of parties that were just like that. This was just a house party to me. I've been to tons of house parties, but this happened to be like they tried to make it seem like, well, this is in the ghetto.
Mm.
It's a house party in the ghetto, and the party itself and what was going on was totally normal to me, but so yeah, you're wrong about everything.
That's fair.
No, but so they find Desmond, who's pouring a glass of Chardonnay. Um, no, he's getting a beer from the old keg. And Gunn's like, yo, you stole my buddy's car. And he's like, what? And Gunn's like, bitch. And he's like, okay, sorry.
I did it.
He's like, sorry, Philly. And so anyway, then some vamps break into the party. And what happens, James? Yet another fracas.
Another fracas.
That's 3 fracases in one fucking episode.
That is, yeah. That's and it's not even the last fracas we're gonna have.
Nope. So, oh, I forgot to mention there's a girl named Veronica who's a real good friend of Gunn's, who they talk to when they first get to the party. I think it might even be her house, maybe not.
No, it's Tito's house. Whoever Tito
Oh,
is.
Tito, my bad, my
Yeah.
bad, Tito.
Well, because Henry tells them Tito's having a party and Desmond's gonna be there.
But it could have been Tito's having a party at Veronica's house.
Okay, I mean I can't argue. I can't argue that. So okay.
So anyway, these vamps are attacking. Everybody's screaming, running in all the different directions, and Veronica tries to run, and she gets like yeeted into glass shelves. Or I think that's what it was, like glass shelving. I don't know,
So
with like a big mirror behind it, and then like glass shelves on it, or whatever.
yeah.
And she gets cut up pretty good. And Cordy, as a trained EMS first responder, goes over and she's like, "Oh my God, she's really hurt." And Gunn's like, "How bad?" And she's like, "She needs to go to the hospital now." And Gunn's like, "Can it wait till the commercial breaks over?" And she's like, "I guess." So when we come back from commercial, they're rushing her into the ER, and Cordy's given all this medical information, which I'm like, when did Cordelia become a fucking paramedic?
I thought the same thing.
She's like, her pulse is really low. I slowed the bleeding. I'm going to need 4 cc's of poop juice. And does anybody have a cigarette? And so they go to work on Veronica, and we cut back to the aftermath of the party, and Angel and Wesley are arriving there on Wesley's hog, and
Wesley's hog.
what happens from there, James?
So they are witnessing the aftermath of the vampire attack, and As they're going in to presumably look for Gunn, because they heard Gunn was there, they run into a fleeing victim, party goer, and they follow her out to the ambulances, like asking her questions, and um, they're trying to make sure she's okay, and she says she's fine. She just, wants to go home and rest. And finally, Angel kind of like turns her to face him, and he looks at her and he's like, "Are you sure you're okay?" And she's like, "Yes, thank you. I just need to rest." And he looks at her and he's like, "Good." And then he fucking headbutts her.
Yep.
And she vamps out.
And she dies. That girl dies.
Yeah, she dies. She's dead.
The bone from the nose went in her brain. Dead.
Yeah, dead. No,
and Wesley's like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, she vamps out, and it turns out that she was one of the attacking vampires who survived and was trying to pose as an injured party guest. And she gives them Devac's location, and we cut to there as Gunn and Cordelia have also ascertained his location and have shown up there, and they see Angel's car. And at this point, we find out that Cordelia left the keys in the car in the first place, because Gunn's like, "All right, take Angel's car and I'll follow you in my truck." And she's like, "Okay, but I have to find the keys." And Gunn's like, "Are you fucking kidding me? You left the fucking keys in the goddamn car? Like, what the fuck?" So then she says, "Can you like just hotwire it?" And he's like, "Listen, you racist bitch."
Just because I know people that steal cars doesn't mean I know how to steal cars.
Right. And then she's like, "Well, then just help me find the keys, Mr. Moral
like,
high ground boy."
I didn't think that. I thought because you were black, you knew how to steal cars.
Right. She's like, no, I didn't think that because you know people that steal cars, you know how to steal cars. I thought you know how to steal cars because you're black.
Right. Totally he's like, okay, well, okay, fair enough.
He's like, oh, okay, that's okay. I get you. No, so, as they're both looking in the car for the keys, we hear Devik off screen, and he's all like, "Are you looking for these?" And he's got Angel's keys.
He's like, "I just pulled them out. I just pulled them out of my butt. You want them?"
Yeah. He's like,
and they're like, kinda.
Right, like off screen, you hear, "Are you looking for these?" And it cuts over, and all you see is Devik just like, ugh. And they're like, "Ah."
He's like, "You looking for them?" And they're like, "Yeah, kind of neat. Could you put them in?"
And he's like, "Come get them." And they're like, I don't think so. Maybe.
Did you notice how one of the keys on this key ring is like
a key to like a treasure chest?
Like a skeleton key, yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
And I'm like, is that the key for his car?
Right. Now that you mention it, I wonder if it's like maybe it's the master key to the Hyperion.
But why does it look like that?
Did
he have a key made in Narnia?
The Hyperion was built in 1920.
Yeah, but I'm sure they've changed the locks.
Well, yeah. I don't know. So yeah, he's like, "Are you looking for these?" And then he's like, "Come get them." And he re-keysters them. And they're like,
very quickly too. So you're like,
right.
Wow.
Like, oh, what? You just make a habit of shoving stuff up there, dude? Like, what's going on?
And then when the fighting he starts pulling out all of his henchmen out of his ass too.
Out of his ass, right? He's like, like Gunn goes to attack and Devik's like, rah, just throws a vampire at him and it's like a monkey shitting into his hand and throwing it at zoo spectators.
Yeah, but it's like Soylent Green because it's people.
Yeah, well, it's vampires, so
Well, yeah, true.
they're not people.
Wow.
I said it. Vampires aren't people. Yeah. Yeah.
We are gonna get canceled.
Hey, you know what? Free country, right? Free speech. I'm allowed to have my I'm allowed to have my own independent thoughts, okay? And
All right,
vampires aren't
Marguerite,
people.
calm down over there. I'm gonna call Lauren.
All right? And vampires aren't people. You might call it undeadism.
Undeadsism.
Undeadsism? I don't know. What would you call racism against vampires?
Undeadism.
Okay. Undeadism? Yeah.
Or you're an undeadist.
An undeadist? Okay. Yeah, exactly. No. So Gunn tries to attack Devik and he grabs Gunn by the throat and just lifts him like 10 feet into the air. Because we should mention that Devik is like 8 feet tall.
More importantly, we should mention his name is definitely not Divik. It's Divac.
Divac, sorry. And he's like 8 feet fucking tall.
He's at least 8 and 3 inches tall. 8 feet 3 inches.
Yes, he's at least 9 feet 2 inches tall.
Yeah, I mean, when he came in, he had to crouch down into the room because he's like 12 and a half feet tall.
Right, and even as he's walking through the room, he has to duck every once in a while to keep from hitting his head on beams that are 16 and a quarter inches tall.
Right. So once he lifts Gunn up, it's like, oh shit, when he drops him, Gunn's going to fall at least 44 and a quarter feet.
Yes. And there's no way Gunn is surviving a fall from 97 and a third feet.
Right. So it's like, well, somebody bring in the fucking spatula and a bucket because, 244 and a quarter, 0.2 feet, he's dead.
Yeah, absolutely. And then Cordelia tries to attack, and the dude just like grabs the axe and he's holding them both at bay. Yeah. And then he turns into Jamal.
I think it's Jamel.
And
wow, the racism in this episode. Wow, just because he's black, he's got to be Jamal? Is that what it is? Man. Okay, John Smith. We are going to hell.
Yeah. So then Cordelia maces him, and this was so
really
weird.
It works too. It like really works.
It does, and it was weird to me too. But then I just kind of like chalked it up to him being a demon. Like he starts to smoke from being maced.
Yeah,
and I was like, I don't know.
And what James means is he actually takes a pack of cigarettes out and lights it.
And he's like.
And he's smoking, and he's like, "Oh my god, I'm maced."
Yeah.
That's better.
Yeah. So he ends up letting go of Gunn and Cordy, and reverts back to his demon form. And you're not going to believe this, Jeremy.
I know what you're going to say.
A fracas ensues.
Another fracas.
Yep. But Angel and Wesley finally show up, and they lend a hand in this fracas. And
Divac is still ruffle stomping Gunn.
Yes.
He blocks literally every single kick, punch, eye poke, everything Gunn tries to do. He just like, psh, psh, psh,
yeah.
like Bruce Lee.
Yep. And uh, Divac finally has Gunn on the ground, and he's getting ready to kill him. And Angel yells to Cordelia for the axe, and he
As he's
runs.
running in slow motion, and it's like, I need a hero. I'm holding out for it.
No
And he
for the
jumps off the back
hero
of the
to the
car,
end of the night.
grabs the
And he's
axe,
gotta be fast,
and
and he's
buries
gotta
it
be
in
strong,
D-Bac's
and he's
fucking
gotta
head,
be
or
right
head.
for the fight. I need a hero. Oh,
Hey, it worked out, though.
it did. That's why I kept going, because you were describing it. So I just wanted to give it the ambiance it needed.
Catches it and buries it right in his fucking forehead.
Yep. Flips, does a flip in the air, wham, right in the
Yep.
forehead.
A flip, a twist, and 3 tucks.
Yep.
And then, boom, right in the forehead. D-Bac's like,
Nails it.
hits him, and D-Bac's like, oh, that's fucking bullshit, motherfucker.
Yeah.
And he just falls down.
And then we cut to everyone else that's still alive, and they just hold up signs that all read 10.
Except that one fucking dickhead that held up a fucking 5.
Yeah, yeah.
And you're like, what are you? What are you, the Russian judge? Get the
Right.
fuck out of here.
Right. Notice it was one of Divac's henchmen.
Right. A Russian. A Russian.
A
fucking
Russian vampire.
One of those fucking red goddamn commies.
Right. A Vampruski.
A Vampiruski, yep. And you're like, okay, comrade, go home.
Right. So then they're pushing Angel's car out of the garage, and
I was convinced that this fucking car was gonna smoke that fucking concrete wall.
dude,
Because,
so was I. So was Darlene. Like, it started to roll.
Damn, yeah.
It started to roll, and like I literally, I'm like, my asshole clenched, and Darlene was like, and then Angel manages to stop it. Like, that had to be. You cannot convince me that wasn't like David Boreanaz being like, fuck no, we can't crash this car.
Right, we literally only have one.
Right.
Yeah.
So then we cut to Cordelia and Gunn, and they're having a little heart-to-heart.
Or heart-to-heart, yeah.
Heart-to-heart. And Cordelia tells Gunn that Divac wasn't...
doesn't like it in that hole.
That Divac wasn't the danger she had to save him from. It was himself. Because he creates danger, and he's basically on a seek and destroy mission for himself.
He's like, yeah, so what if I am? And then they have like an ABC back to school special moment, you know?
Right. So they... Yeah, she's basically like, you need to find some kind of peace, and until you do, you're just gonna have to deal with me trying to help you as much as I can. And they kind of give each other a little smile, and Gunn drives off, and
Cordy pulls this device out of her purse, and you're like, what's that? And she hits the plunger, and fucking Gunn's truck explodes.
Right.
She's like, next time say thanks, bitch.
Well, in my version, she pushes the plunger and it explodes, and she's like, a single tear rolls down her cheek, and she's like, I had to save you from yourself.
And then in the next episode, she now has a teardrop tattoo.
Yep. So then we cut back to the Hyperion, and Angel shows up, and who is there waiting for him but Darla? And she scolds his friends for not thanking him for saving their lives, and she tells him that he's always the protector and never the protected, but she always takes care of him. And we cut to Angel's room, where he is clearly sleeping and dreaming this encounter with Darla, But then we see that Darla is actually there in the room with him.
Darla herself. Don't try to figure it out. You'll die.
Even though at the end of last season we saw Wolfram and Hart raise her from hell, don't try and figure out why she's there.
Right. You'll die.
Right. And that's the end of our episode. Roll credits.
Violin queef.
There is no violin. It just cuts to credits.
Well, we'll pretend there's some type of a queef sound with end credits.
I'm
like
not
roll credits.
I'm not going to say violin queef. I'll say violin whale roll credits at the end if you want me to, but I'm not going to say
roll credits.
Queef.
Strange queef sound.
How about roll credits violin whale?
Like in the distance, it's just... And you're like, oh, okay.
How about if I go roll credits?
Roll credits.
If I go roll credits.
There you go. That'll work.
No.
That works.
No. Jeremy, would
Yes?
you like to play everybody's favorite game, Body Count?
Well, I know I'm going to lose this one because the first number that came in my head was 42. You're only off by one.
You're only 38 off, my friend. There were 4 deaths this episode.
Well, that would make me 3 off.
What did you say?
Oh, wait, what did I say?
You said 42.
Okay, yes, you're right.
Yeah.
I didn't even remember what I said.
Our music this week, Andy Hallett with Get Here, Corrupt with Ride With Us, Robert J. Kral, Dreaming of Darla, and as always, Robert J. Kral with our
you're forgetting one.
Score. What?
I Need a Hero, as performed by James Athey Mayberry.
Yes, James Athey Mayberry with I Need a Hero. You're welcome, audience.
If you're good, you might get some more some other time.
Just be good little boys and girls.
Or non-binaries.
Or they, thems. Or actually, you don't even have to be good. I'm going to fucking sing if I want to fucking sing. It's my show.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, nothing you can do about it.
I can just mute it all out, and I don't have to even.
That's true. It's hurtful when he does that, but Jeremy,
yes.
Would you please tell me and our lovely audience on our sliding scale of 1 to 5 how many 67 Plymouth convertibles crashing into a wall do you give this episode?
It's a 3 for me.
Okay.
Because I had fun with it. Yeah, there are issues with it, as there often are, but nothing. When I give something a 3, I'm normally a 3 or a 3.5. My opinion normally is that there's nothing so egregiously wrong or stupid that just makes it a 2 or below garbage episode.
Sure.
And it was a little fun. It was fun to see Cordelia in a heroic type of mode. I kind of like her and Gunn's back and forth there. They have some decent on-screen chemistry, I think. Considering it's the first time they've ever really done any one-on-one stuff. It was pretty good chemistry. The Darla stuff, as we talked about before, is meh. That's probably my biggest gripe of the episode. Well, that and the fact that Divac wasn't really... What's the term I'm looking for? Anything?
Yeah.
He didn't have a backstory. He didn't have a plan. He was just a demon, and they
Right.
killed him.
We're just supposed to know that he's this badass demon
Yeah,
through expositional dialogue.
yeah. And so once again, which often happens on this show and in Buffy, the bad guy was a big nothing burger.
Right.
Um, so those are my only complaints really about the episode. Other than that, well written, always well acted. Um, and it had some fun to it. So, yeah, I don't have a problem with it. It's a solid 3 in my scripture, James. Um,
The book of Jeremy Thew.
the book of Jeremethu, 24/7.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
James,
Yes.
tell me and our lovely audience on our sliding scale of 1 to 5,
Mhm.
how many axes into the forehead do you give this episode and why?
Well, I give this episode 3 axes into the forehead.
Okay.
Again, we're on the exact same page here for this episode. It's a fun episode. I enjoyed it. I think my only 2 issues with it are the Darla stuff, which we will get into more once Wolfram and Hart's main plan for Darla materializes. I'll talk more about this early stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, my biggest issue with it is this Darla stuff. It's just it's unnecessary. I don't particularly care for it. It it kind of gives me the ick a little bit because I feel like to a certain
She's dream raping him.
yes, to a degree, she is taking away Angel's autonomy and in making these decisions in regards to these acts.
But don't we kind of feel like he probably would, you know?
That's beside the point. That's beside the point. The point is, he isn't given the choice. Like he thinks he's dreaming,
I
you know.
agree. I
So,
agree.
um, that's my only major issue. Below that, minor issue, the DVAC thing. Again,
Yeah.
it's like the tribunal from Judgment. Like, give us a little more. Give us a little more, and we'll see, you know, how that plays out. But we just don't get enough with it to make it what it's supposed to be. I do like this episode succeeds in an area where a lot of shows fail, in that it took 2 side characters, essentially, gave them the A plot, gave our lead the B plot, yet it was still a successful episode. A lot of shows can't pull that off.
Well, I
You
think that
know,
just goes to show how good the casting and everything for Angel is, because the one thing I failed to bring up in my synopsis here of what I thought of the episode was we get Gunn, we get some Gunn, and
mm-hmm.
he becomes a main character of this show, and it's fun to see him coming in really for like his first big episode.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it just shows, how good the characters are, and in my opinion, it's going to get even better.
Right. And I think it's kind of a testament to the writing too,
Yeah.
to be able to bring, cuz like, don't get me wrong, this show, Buffy, this show 100% are ensemble cast shows without a doubt.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, with Buffy, Sarah Michelle Gellar's your lead. Mm-hmm. With Angel, David Boreanaz is your lead. So a lot of times when you take the lead out of the main story, your episode falters. And that just didn't happen here. Like, J. August Richards and Charisma Carpenter r- really stepped up, and it was a solid episode. So it's a credit to them as actors. It's a credit to the writers as well, because like I said, not a lot of shows can pull that off. Hell, Highlander tried to do it with Joe and Mythos and failed miserably.
Fuck you. Go fuck yourself with a cactus, you piece of shit. I hope. Listen to me. Look at me. I hope you die in your sleep.
No, I'm just joshing you. You know, you 100% know I just said that to get a reaction out of you.
That's why I said fuck you.
But yeah, so yeah, it's a solid episode. It's definitely a 3. It could have been a 4 if we didn't have the Darla stuff, and if we could have gotten a little more out of the DVAC.
Or listen, story. A little nudity from Charles Gunn wouldn't hurt.
Wow.
Saying.
Wow. So yeah, that is my scripture.
All right. Well, BuffyRevisited.com, James, that's our website.
That is our website.
And there at said website, you can get a link to our email, which is BuffyRevisited@gmail.com. Mm-hmm. You can get a link to the audio version of this podcast if you need such.
What?
You can also get a link to the video version of this very podcast that's happening at this very moment as you're listening to it then and now.
Don't think about it. Your brain will melt.
And you'll die.
I almost thought about it just now, and I could feel my brain starting to melt, so I had to stop.
Yep. There was a little bit of liquidation there. And
Yep. It was like the anal leakage when Frito-Lay tried to start frying chips in Olestra.
Yep. Pieces of shit. Where is my Olestra anyway? I have some pills in there. Anyway, so thank you all, as always, for joining us. Next week, we're going to be jumping into Season 2, Episode 4, Untouched.
We will be. We'll be touching our way into Untouched.
And we will like it, quite frankly.
Probably.
James, anything you want to say to wrap up?
About you, I touch myself. What?
Oh. I know you do.
Nope, that's it for me.
Okay, well, with that being said then, I've been one of your hosts. I'm Jeremy.
I'm your other host, James.
Ta-ta.